Hello and welcome. It is the 27th day of September 2019, Friday, I think. Yes, it is. It's got to be. Yep. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades, and other likes within each his own risk and their own reward. Going to go over this relatively quickly, but that's going to be hard once again. The obvious risk level of range is broken down to a uh, noticeable break lower. What's the low going to be? Well, it wasn't this low because it's microscopically taken out, and I don't know if this is going to be as low as the highs are known after the fact. 18 now, of course, starting to decline, and it's got either to have a very good percentile gain in price or a very significant amount of time in a sideways range to enable there to be what I would state an official correction. Along the single hour after the first low, which is where price action is currently at now within the green line, it had to move up to this high, coming close to the 18 average of lows, supporting pretty much at that area but noticeably a bit above, failed breakout matching previous high, and then obviously leaving this area. Next leg lower, not much of one, of course, this was a superior one. They can be more and less, obviously. Since then, we've had this little just stand in this band and we're in correctionary phase number two, as we've had leg one lower, correctionary move, leg two lower, and we're now in that correctionary move. Now let's move on to some altcoins, and we will start with GoChain, but I'm mainly going to go over, this is going to be math, a lot of this is going to be mathematics, statistics from this point on. And there's not much of this point moving forward, at least for subject that I'm going to cover. But the volatility amongst this is most certainly been wild, and that's what I was liking about this. Of course, within the I like its a blockchain as far as putting with the private keys, holding it, moving coins back and forth, that kind of stuff. Transaction fees to pay to move coins and transfer. And price action when I got in this, it's down about three times its value. So I'm obviously significantly down within the trades, but the whole market, of course, has been lower, and that's part of the volatility in the nature of the game markets that move up and move down. I'm trading this against four different coins in the ratio trade: Skycoin, Litecoin, Theta, and Neo. So what I've done is I've counted all the trades that I've made and how much I'm up on each coin. So and I've also done other ones, including a newer one, that of H bar. Well, it's not got much data because it just started back here on September the 17th. It's on Bittrex. A good day today, as we've had to manage to have this move. Did I take advantage of this sell? Yes. Did I take advantage of this right now? Yes. I've had four trades, four ratio trades. I sold, bought, sold. That's been the trade so far. And on the single hour term, there was a big move up here, pulls down. That's now having one. It just happened last hour as I got ratio noted at 8:39 a.m. Eastern Time that it was doing it. And the coin I'm ratio trading this against is that of Ravencoin, which is one that's got good volatility, it's easy to buy and sell in that market, and I think it's one that can have big volatile moves as well. So that's why I decided to go with that. So the H bar and Raven ratio would look something like this. I got in at a good time, and I'm going to be going over the data. If you can get in here, and you're in really early good shape. In fact, this ratio cross is overperforming many of my other ratio crosses just simply because, and I'm not talking about its gain in dollars, its gain in coins gain on each side, because of its nice move and the fact that it hasn't went straight up and straight down. Because when coins can go straight up and down, it's not the greatest of things. Case in point, the Litecoin Komodo, which has got great volatility. And to say that I'm not up much is kind of an understatement, because if this thing does break down to below here, that would make it much different. If it breaks out big, I'm going to be in negative territory as far as gain on coins. As what happens is if a market goes straight up and continues to do so, and same thing with same down on the polar opposite, because one going up is the other going down, is in this case, if this was to go straight up, I continuously be selling Litecoin and buying Komodo. And then after time, I would look at, I could be buying into something that has been losing its value against this on the mathematical realm, that if I were to take those Komodos that I gained and buy back the Litecoin, I'm not looking that much better off than where I started, which is pretty much exactly the case for me, even though I'm able to pick away at all these moves. Just rather, if it were to come down here on a mathematical level, on the timing basis, all my percentage moves are going to look so well, and it's all part of volatility of the market when prices go up and down. Your portfolio at one point could be up 4 times. Maybe before that it was down 60%. Then it's up 50 times. Then it's up 8 times. And now it's up 3 times. Now it's up 20 times as far as how large of the moves that can occur in the crypto space. See, a market like Sky and Go, which I started near the end of May, well, it's pretty much around the same price. So that's generally what I'm looking for within ratio trading. Theta, well, same thing around late May. Well, it's actually been kind of straight up, 540 to 976, but I'm profiting on this one. Qtum, well, back in here, I was, and back up here, I was down as far as, well, I could have done better off with my Qtum, but I've seen the market go from like 130 up to like 350 down to 184. So, in showing some statistics, what I have here is a few of my crosses that I have. Net left, net right, year length, and ratio trades. Net left means like the coin on the left side, so Go, and the net right would be the Sky for the first one. How many more coins do I own now from the start? How long has it been since I started trading for the year? What percentage of the year? And how many ratio trades have been made? I'll explain the formulas and how you can calculate these numbers in a little bit. But on the four Go chain crosses that I trade against Sky, Litecoin, Qtum, and Theta, I've had more trades on Go Sky than any other cross at 69. No other ones. And the other ones, 50 for the Litecoin, 52 on Qtum, and 48 on Theta, all starting a little after that because I was going Go Sky for a while. Then I thought, you know what, I should just do a whole bunch more. I kind of wish I would have done even more than that now, I think, anyway, because Go, of course, is down quite a bit. We'll see how it works out moving forward. Obviously, a more riskier play. You're going to get more volatility, thus more trades, more percentage moves, all those kinds of great things that can increase these numbers very good. Amongst Theta Dash, which has a longer time than all of them, only 27 trades though, and very phenomenally decent gains, I would still think, but less than some of these, like 60. And then this one's much higher in gains because what I'm doing is how many more Go do I have, and it's just basically how it's worked out. Theta Litecoin, 24 trades, Theta Neo, 26 trades, but Komodo here, which is traded for nearly a half a year, has only gained me 8.7%. Now, when I can say I've only gained 8.7% in a half a year on something, well, I find that very interesting to say the least. But that would also mean if I take 1.087 and multiply it by 2, and I'll bring a calculator up now, then I would be looking to be making about 18% for the year. Because in compounded interest, if I can make 8% of what I own, and I can do that again, well, with the extra coins, that's basically how, that's what the gains would be. That would be pretty decent. But that again reflects the coin ownerships. That has nothing to do, as it can't even figure it out based on the numbers we're using, how much that coin has gone up and down against other key elements, that of things like Bitcoin and the fiat currencies. So therefore, I can look at things like this where I got these gains, maybe even about 25% in a third of a year, 28% even. But if the coin has lost, well, 3 times its value, I got to gain, well, 200% just to do that. And of course, that's not where it is. But as this moves on, if we take a look, if you can make 25% in a third of the year, how much would that be for a single year? Well, 25% is 1.25. So if I push X 3 times, I'd be 56% for the next half. So if I have 1.56 for a half a year, me just redo that again. If I can make 56%, you'd be making about, well, 143% gain. And this is all happening during crypto periods of lower volatility. There hasn't been any of these things like what Theta did, for example, November 30th, as well as early part of 2019. None of that has been included. There hasn't been any major wild moves for these to occur. Moving on further to the ones on the lower end, I got H bar and Raven. And after only 4 ratio trades, the 4 that I mentioned, 11% gain or so against it. But in the early section, only 1.3% a year, or 1.3% of the year. Now, if you can make 11% over 1.3% of the time, how much would that be over the year? Well, it's going to be, it's not maintainable. But what the number to calculate the math, that's obtainable. So if I get 1.3% of a year, that means let's go. That would times it by 365. 4.74 days. Okay, why am I? Okay, why am I? This math is so easy. Why am I having a hard time with it? I know why. Okay, so you have 77 times more. That's the number I was looking for. 1x to this number. I need to do this 77 times over what I've done just to get in a year. Well, if I make even 10%, 73 times over, well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. What's 77 divided by 3? Well, basically, multiply this by about 3. We're looking at about 40 times gain in 1 year, which I would consider to be a little unsustainable. Tesla's and Binance Coin, I haven't made a trade yet since I got in, so no gain, 0.6% of a year. So in calculating these numbers, now year length, that should be obvious, but so as far as like this in here, now when you look at your coins that you trade amongst ratios, how many coins more or less do you have of each coin? Because it can only end one of two ways. Either your net coin, either your net coins, your net gains on coins will have both gains. So maybe you have more goes and skies than you started with, or maybe you started with 1,000 of one and it's been going up. Now you only have 700, so you've lost 300 of that coin, but you've got larger gains on the other side. So it can only go one of two ways. So say, for example, if both coins are positive, then what we do is you take the amount you gained on the other coin and calculate how many of your coins it is worth, and then add it to the coins for some gain. Okay, so to make this clearer, if say, for example, you have made 300 of one coin and 5 of another coin, obviously those ones would be worth less. So now, if I've gained 300 already of one coin, if I were to sell those 5 coins, how many would they be worth? Maybe they'd be worth 150 or whatever. Okay, I got 450. That's how many coins you have netted. And then same thing on the other side. I've made 5 coins here, and now I take the 300, and how much would that turn me into? Maybe that would turn to 7 or so on. But maybe in a situation where you've got negative 300 of one coin, and then 5 of one of another. So what we can do in here is we can, say for example, if I were to sell these 5 coins, how much would I get out of them? And in a positive situation, you maybe get 400 or 500, and you would just take the difference of it. So on 400, you'd have a net of 100 coins. But this also goes to show you that when coins go way up in one direction, maybe those 5 coins might only get back 250 or 260, and now I'm in a losing situation amongst the trades. And so for this one here, for the one where I got net 5, I'd have to, how many of these coins do I have to buy just to get 300 back? Maybe I have to buy 4. Well, now I'm up 1. If I have to buy 6, I would be down 1. So that is really how you calculate those coins. And then to calculate this is actually really easy. Because, okay, if I'm up, say, 100 of one coin, and I started off with, say, 1,000, I'd have that'd be up 10%. So that's really how that is calculated on that side. And when you have the moves that you can take advantage of in here, or all this any large volatility when they are able to come up, the more trades, the more volume, the better strategic and you can be within the actual numbers, because this is what this exactly is a numbers game. Only price pays, and math doesn't lie when calculated correctly. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.